Braden Hoover, club president for this Rotary year, and it is my absolute honor to welcome you to the 2022 Rotary Code of Ethics Awards Program. And may I just say, it is so good to see each and every one of you in person for the first time in 2 years. This decades-long program is one of the biggest and most meaningful we Rotarians put on every year, and it is my personal favorite. Since its inception over 60 years ago, we have celebrated thousands of students in our local community who have demonstrated high ethical behavior consistent with the Rotary 4-way test. These students have gone on to lead impactful lives professionally as well as personally, and some have even partnered together. I recently learned that 2 students who won the Code of Ethics Award in elementary school in the same year eventually married one another. They were so surprised to remember that fact that they displayed their Ethics Awards plaques at their wedding reception. So, who knows? Perhaps years down the road, you too may win over a spouse because of how ethically you have behaved today. More seriously, however, on behalf of all the Rotarians in attendance, allow me to say how honored we are to sit among each and every one of you students today. You are our future, and by virtue of you receiving these awards today, we can already tell the future is in very good hands. I would also like to take a moment to thank your parents, your family, your teachers, your principals for their positive influence in helping to guide and teach you along the way. I think they deserve a big round of applause as well. Now, without further ado, let us start our program as we start every meeting of the Rotary Club of Harrisonburg with a recitation of the 4-way test. Please join me in the things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Please also join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I would now like to call Rotarian Marshall Yoder to the podium to lead us in an invocation, after which Rotarian Laura Tony Holsinger, co-chair of the Code of Ethics Committee, will introduce our speaker. Marshall?
Good afternoon. It is really, really wonderful, as Braden said, to see all of these faces out here today. As a community, I would just invite us all to reflect and pray for a moment to whatever faith tradition calls each of us individually. Let us pray. God, creator and sustainer of all, we come before you today in a world much changed from when we last gathered. We assemble physically once again as a community today to honor young persons who have demonstrated exemplary ethical behavior. As a community, we are united again with hearts filled with gratitude and joy for what these students have accomplished in just a few short years in times of darkness, trial, and tribulation. We give thanks today for resilience. While acknowledging that we have begun to emerge and learn to live with an epidemic, we also recognize that there are yet many places where the disease still challenges our global community. We pray for those people in places where the disease still challenges and ask for healing for the sick and afflicted. We acknowledge also the great conflict that continues on in Ukraine. We ask for healing to those who have been wounded and comfort for those who have lost their sons, daughters, husbands, and wives. We pray for peace and the opening of eyes of leaders in not only that conflict, but in all places of violence. We ask that they see the inhumanity of war and stop the killing and injuring of so many of our fellow global citizens. Thus, we pray for a world without war, and today we pray for students who themselves model a path through life without violence. We thank you for blessing us with these young people, and we celebrate their accomplishments today, along with their diversity. In this season of new growth, we also acknowledge that these students would not be here without the nurturing of parents, extended families, friends, and communities. As always, we thank you for teachers who act with grace in shaping the lives of these and so many other students, especially with the challenges of the last 2 years. We thank them for their dedication to students and acknowledge the far-reaching impact of their work on this and future generations to come. Thank you for administrators who lead these teachers and develop the greater vision for their schools and these students. Help them as they balance the needs of teachers, parents, and students, and bring them a discerning spirit to these sometimes competing obligations. Thank you also for all of those other persons, seen and unseen, who contribute to the growth of these young persons, be they bus drivers, counselors, cafeteria workers, groundspeoples, janitors, or others who so often go unnamed and not often recognized. Whatever they do to sustain and support the work of sharing the gift of learning, we thank them. We hear much about the torn fabric of our society and those voices urging us to focus on us versus them thinking. Those voices are loud. Help us acknowledge, though, that beneath that noise there is much more that we have in common, much more that unites us, and that we are all interdependent and interrelated. Among the things that unite us is a common commitment to recognizing the healing power of service. That power can come through something as simple and human as bringing a smile to another person or an act of kindness. So today, remind us to appreciate the diverse and glorious creation of the world around us, including those students we gather to honor today. We thank you for the food before us and ask for blessings on the hands that grew it and created it to our nourishment. God, creator and sustainer, in your name I pray, amen.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Laura Tony Holsinger, and I get to serve as the co-chair of my very favorite thing that the Harrisonburg Rotary Club does, along with Andy Van Hook. And we are so thrilled to have you. You're going to hear us say it many times that it's just so wonderful to gather in person. We have been able to do this event virtually, but it really is just not the same. So we're grateful to see all of you here and to be able to celebrate with you. I have said many times before at this event, and it is true every year, that you all are the people that I want to hire one day. I know that you work hard on your grades and tests and papers and all of that, but you're not here because of test scores or because of your GPA. You're here because somebody, and many, have recognized in you that you make really good decisions and that you're really awesome human beings. And I think at the end of the day, we all want to strive to be really awesome human beings. So thank you for that. I think it says really awesome human beings on your plaque too. So, but thank you. That is what matters in life as a student, as an adult, regardless of where you are. And so we're so happy to be able to celebrate that today. I did want to say a couple of thank yous. First, I want to say thank you to Dr. Richards and Dr. Scheichel. Both of our superintendents are here with us today to hear about the amazing students that they have in their school system. So thank you both for being here. And I wanted to say a couple of other thank yous. Appeal Production, who is live streaming this. So for those who weren't able to be here in person, we have a Zoom link for them. The Daily News Record, who always covers this event, and we're grateful for that. Sunnyside Communities and Lisa Keeney, who provide administrative support to make sure all this happens. Chris Runyon and Eddie Edwards Signs, who prints our plaques, as well as the nameplates that you'll see on the plaque that is in in your school. Shenandoah Valley Printing, who prints our programs, and Harrisonburg City Public Schools interpreters for our language needs today. So thank you to the many people that make this happen. So my very favorite thing of this event, of course, is honoring you all, but my second favorite thing is that we get to bring an amazing keynote every year who we know will share a great story and message with you all about what it means to be a leader and to demonstrate ethics. And over the years, it's been wonderful to see how different keynotes have taken a different spin on that message. And so today we're really excited for you all to hear from my good friend, Travis Vance, and I'll tell you a little bit about Travis. Travis is a partner and workplace safety attorney based out of the Charlotte office of Fisher Phillips, a national labor and employment firm. While previously practicing in Harrisonburg, he was selected as one of the legal elite by Virginia Business Magazine in 2011, 12, 13, and 14. And in 2014, Travis was honored as one of the 10 under 40 by the Daily News Record, of course, in Harrisonburg, Virginia. Each year, the publication honors 10 rising business stars under the age of 40 in the Shenandoah Valley. This honor was bestowed largely due to Travis's development of the Valley Business Keynote, the Shenandoah Valley's largest and premier leadership development event. He is a member of the Rotary Club of Charlotte and speaks frequently at Rotary International events concerning the growth of membership within the civic organization of Rotary. His passion for making a difference in the lives of others has led to requests to speak on a variety of topics as far away as Morocco, Croatia, Canada, and the Cayman Islands. He also serves on the board of directors for the Blue Ridge Safety Association, a trade group for safety professionals based in Harrisonburg. So please join me in welcoming Travis Vance.
Well, good morning, everybody. Thanks for so much for having me. It's an absolute honor to be here back in Harrisonburg, which I have very fond memories of, and such a great community. It means a lot to me. My daughter, my oldest child, was born right down the street at RMH, so obviously that's a special time in my life, and I still remember that. I was, for a long time, a member of the Rockingham Rotary Club here in Harrisonburg. There might be a few of you guys out there. And I tried to find one of their logos for my presentation, and they have the "We Have Bacon" slogan on their logo. And I could only find half of their logo, so I'm not sure if they only have bacon part of the time or what that's all about. And then, as Laura mentioned, one of the proudest moments of my career is starting the Valley Business Keynote in 2013. That's sort of my baby that I grew and developed and then sent off to college. Someone joked with me today and said, "Are you going to the Valley Business Keynote meeting this afternoon?" I said, "I didn't even know they were having one." So I'm very proud of that. I would encourage you to go to that, but it's certainly great to be here today. So an overview of my presentation today. First of all, I want to say congratulations to all the kids. Also, I want to say congratulations to the families and the parents, because I know it takes a lot to grow children, to raise children right, and so congratulations to every one of you, and thank you so much. It's really an honor to address you today. We're going to talk about ethics and good deeds. You know, I was not an English major in college, so I couldn't figure out if it's what is ethics or what are ethics. I think it's what is ethics, so we're going to stick with that. And then the sower of seeds, we're going to talk a little bit about that and what it means. We're going to talk about where you live, where you're raised, where I was raised. We're talking about doing good deeds, and we're going to talk about spreading good deeds, okay? So what is ethics? Ethics are generally the practice of doing the right thing. Ethics are the practice of doing the right thing when no one is looking. Ethics are the practice of doing the right thing even when you don't know who, if anyone, will be impacted by what you've done. So with that mindset, got the Martin Luther King quote there, "The time is always right to do what is right." So the sower of seeds, I talked about that. Sower of seeds is a parable, has a religious beginning, but it's transformed into a lot of different areas of our lives. I use it a lot in the sense of marketing for business development. So when you meet somebody, you want to ask them to go work for you, you want to have them give you business, you're just planting a seed that they may come back to you at some point. And sometimes you'll throw those seeds and they will fall on rocky land. Sometimes you'll throw those seeds and they will fall on fertile soil. But you got to keep throwing the seeds because you never know what that seed may turn into. And the same goes with respect to doing good deeds. The concept of some is that some seeds you throw in life will fall on a rocky surface and not to amount to anything, but some will fall on fertile land and prosper. Even though not all of our seeds will amount to much, if anything, we need to keep throwing them. Take that analogy when it comes to doing the right thing and doing good deeds. Keep planting seeds and doing good deeds. Although you may not see the instant results, you will make an impact. In addition to making a difference in the lives of those who receive your deeds, others will see what you do and do good deeds themselves. Keep planting those seeds. Keep spreading good deeds. Now, you guys live in the Shenandoah Valley, which is a beautiful place. You're so honored. You should be so honored to live here. I lived here for about 5 years. Great people, a great place to live, a great place to raise a family. It's a beautiful place that is known for its fertile soil where crops and livestock thrive. But the Shenandoah Valley is also full of people doing the right thing. Be thankful for where you live and take advantage of the many examples you have in this community to view the good deeds that are being done, like the local Rotary Club, James Madison University, and other institutions, and the business community. This area is full of good people. So just one slide about me, about where I was raised. I'm originally from Bristol, Tennessee. We'll get to that in just a minute. But I'm a workplace safety attorney. As Laura mentioned, I'm not going to talk about the law today and bore you, okay? But I will tell you just what I do is workplace safety. So COVID for me was unbelievable. 80 hours of talking to people that had COVID, had a coworker that had passed away from COVID. I was fortunate enough to handle the first COVID fatality in the United States in Seattle, Washington. And over the last 2 years, I've spoken over 154 times on COVID. But what I learned by working with almost 1,000 companies on COVID issues is that there were no laws in place most of the time on what to do when someone had COVID or someone was sick at the workplace. What it came down to was what is the right thing to do. And that's going to be the message of my talk today, is that when the laws and the guidelines are silent, ethics are doing the right thing. And you young people are telling the truth. You're respecting your parents. You're respecting your teachers. You're doing the right thing, and that's going to be so valuable for you for the rest of your life. So this is a little bit about my family, my wife there, my 2 kids. My daughter there was the one born in Harrisonburg. I'm a big, that's our church there in Charlotte, and I am a big Alabama fan, so I apologize for that. But Bristol, Tennessee is my hometown. That's where I grew up and learned about ethics and doing good deeds. If you've ever been to Bristol, there's the sign down there, Bristol Motor Speedway, and the South Holston Dam there, so those are very important to me. One thing you may not realize about Bristol, Tennessee, is back in the 90s, they thought about doing a reality TV show about Bristol, and they were going to call it Bristol, Tennessee 37620 with the zip code, just like the Beverly Hills 90210, series. But that didn't sound very good, so they decided to just call it Cops instead. No, but I'll joke there because I don't know if you've ever seen, but there is an actual show on National Geographic called Southern Justice. Has anybody ever seen that before? And they follow around the Sullivan County, Tennessee Sheriff's Office, which is where I grew up. And it's interesting because a lot of the people I went to high school make a lot of cameo appearances on that show. When I grew up in Bristol, Tennessee, Old Jonesboro Road out in the county, right across the street, there was a guy named Robbie Carr. And I love Robbie to death, but, I'm an attorney, if that matters. I've spoken hundreds of times. I've done it pretty well, I think, for myself. Robbie lived across the street. We grew up shooting BB guns together, playing Nintendo. And Robbie, I'm not sure if he graduated high school or not. He's a really good guy, but he ended up with the reality TV show. So that's Robbie there with the cowboy hat. Another thing about Bristol, Tennessee is the Holston River Hillbillies. If you've ever seen that show, it didn't last very long. But has my next door neighbor in it. And I thought it'd be interesting to say that this is actually my neighbor's house. They got tired of people talking about the cattle being out in the road, and so what they did is they had their Christmas lights up all year anyway, so they just put them up in the form of "them ain't my cows." So that's a little bit about where I grew up and how I learned to do the right thing and to follow ethics. So for you guys, getting back to the point of my talk, is I just want to give you a few lessons that you can take away today. And the first one is do the right thing for your family, okay? You're good kids. That's why you've won this award. Congratulations. But here's some other things that you can do in order to do good things for your family. First, write your parents a thank you note. Help your grandparents walk across the driveway. Always call your mother and tell you love her on Mother's Day, which I hope you did, even when you're 18 or you're 80. Call your cousin once a month and ask them how they are. Make your bed, clean your room. Spread good deeds. Others will see it. They will do good deeds as well. Now, for your friends, take them candy right now. When you can get older, you can take them to lunch. Compliment them when they wear new clothing to school. Stand up for them when somebody bullies them. Do the right thing for your friends. When you need them, when they need you, be there. Do good deeds for them. Like these 4 people. These 4 people are all in the room. Andy, Thomas, Laura, and Chris, and they're my friends. And that's the thing about the Shenandoah Valley is I left 7 years ago, but these folks are all my friends. They always will be my friends. And it's not because I did good deeds for them that they became my friends. The reason why they're my friends is because I know that they do the right thing. They will do the right thing for me, for my family, for my clients, for their family or their friends. I can trust these 4 people to tell the truth. I can trust them to take care of my clients. I can trust them. Even Chris, when he's down in Richmond. I know he'll do the right thing. Be that type of friend. Others will take notice. Continue to spread good deeds. And then do the right thing for your community and beyond. The Shenandoah Valley is full of opportunities to do good in the community. Volunteer at a soup kitchen, at the Rotary Soapbox Derby, or participate. Volunteer at the local library. Build a home for Habitat for Humanity. Tell your teachers and your administrators thank you. Help out a classmate who is struggling with math. Spread good deeds. Others will notice. They will spread good deeds too. And then the last thing I'll note is to do the right thing for those you may never meet. And that was hinted at with my former colleague Marshall and Laura, is that you don't always know the impact you're going to make in somebody's life. You can see them smile if you give them a piece of candy, but maybe you do things and it'll impact somebody and you'll never know. And you should just continue to do good things. Doing good deeds makes an impact, not only for those in your family and community, but for those you will never meet. And then this is a lesson that I heard from a story I heard first long ago. This is a story about a little boy who grew up in a poor household. So poor, in fact, that he didn't have his own bed until he was 12 years old, having to share a space to sleep with a parent or sibling. When he got his own bed, the family couldn't afford to have central heat, so he relied on extra blankets and a heater that was in the hallway to stay warm. The elementary school, which is shown here in this slide, that he often walked to when he missed the bus was closed in 2011. 3 years ago, local officials found 2 active meth labs in the school. When he was in kindergarten in this school, he was identified as a child in need who needed donated clothing to be provided to him. Thanks to a local civic club, likely the town's Rotary Club, he and his sister received a free pair of shoes. He went on to be one of 6 in a high school freshman class of 525 to obtain a college degree within 4 years after high school graduation. He later became one of only a handful of graduates in the 50-year history of the high school to obtain a professional degree. More importantly, he learned that there was something better out there than how he was raised. You see, the gift of shoes from the local Rotary Club may seem like a small gesture, a small deed. It may not seem like much at all, but it may have been one of the first times a stranger believed in this boy, loved this boy, showed this boy that there was something better out there for him. I find this story powerful because you never know whose life you may change when you do the smallest deed for them. They want love. They want to be cared for. They want hope. I find this story powerful because even more than 30 years after this boy received a pair of shoes, he still reflects on it as a moment that changed the way he looked at life forever. I find this story powerful because that little boy was me. I tell that story not because I seek pity or attention, but to remind you of the good we can do in the world, even with the smallest deed. Sometimes we need to be reminded that we don't have to go across the world and see families drinking clean water after we made a donation, or across town to see children glowing with a smile because of the books we donated to their school, to see the change that we can bring. Sometimes we can simply look across the table. Sometimes we can simply look in the mirror. Spread those deeds. Be an example. Do the right thing. It's always the right time. Thank you very much.
Let's see if I can compose myself, Travis. Thank you. Thank you, Travis, for that. Thanks for being here today. It really means a lot. Get to some details about how this is going to operate this morning. I think we're now into afternoon. What we're going to do is we're going to have the schools come up with their Rotarian table hosts and their school representative. So families, please stay at the tables. And you will come up to this side of the stage. Your right, my left. And we'll need to hold them about 3 schools deep. So we'll have the first 3 come up will be Bluestone, Cub Run, and Elkton. And as Bluestone comes across, then Folks Run fall in behind. And then just continue to follow in alphabetical order as we go. Will keep us moving in that direction. It should zigzag back and forth across the room. That should help with the flow. You're going to get your plaque. Your students are going to get a plaque. So come up here. Hold in the middle. Our wonderful friend Tommy is going to be here to take photos as we're reading these things about you all. And after the awards are done, students don't take off yet. We're going to get a picture of everybody up on stage with their awards. And then also for everybody in the room, please make sure to hold your applause until the end. We do have quite a few students to get to and want to make sure that we're respectful of everybody's time today. Okay? So this is my first time doing this, so I'm going to do a check. Laura, am I good? Lisa, did I do okay?
We're good.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
All right, that's me. Come on up, Bluestone Elementary School. Yep, and you all can start lining up. And easy for you all in the back. You'll know what to do by the time it's your turn. All right. Principal is Peter Norman at Bluestone Elementary School. And first we have Jimena Martinez Minero, parents Lourdes Minero Hernandez and Jose Martinez. Jimena strives to do her best and bring out the best in others. She seeks out how she can be helpful to others in many ways. Jimena always finds ways to problem solve to make sure everyone around her is content. Her service and concern for others is demonstrated consistently. She is also a very patient student. Jimena works hard in everything she does. Others around her can depend on her to do her best. And we will ask that you hold applause until the very end. I don't know if you said that, Andy, but I'll say it again. And the other student we have is Bosco Lee, parents Tun An Bui. Bosco is an exceptional fifth grader. Bosco demonstrates his concern for others on a daily basis by listening carefully to his peers and participating in conversations with them. Bosco's peers know him as a great partner, an upbeat and dependable friend, and someone committed to collaborating with others. Bosco consistently looks after others by checking in on how they feel, helping with maintaining an orderly classroom and inviting others into collaboration. Bosco is determined in his schoolwork, whether learning new vocabulary words or asking questions to clarify his understanding.
Cub Run Elementary School, Principal Kenny A. Boyers. First up, we have Ariana Godoy and parents Miguel Godoy and Ashton Carr. Ariana is a kind and empathetic student, says her fifth grade teacher, Miss Amandiola. She treats everyone with compassion and handles disagreements with grace. When new students have joined our class, she's been the first one to welcome them into our classroom community and offer them a seat beside of her at lunch. Ariana is a diligent worker and perseveres when she is met with a challenging math problem or a new word in a story. Everything she does is done thoroughly and to the best of her ability. I can always count on Ariana to come into school with a smile and a positive attitude. She's a ray of sunshine and a positive role model for her classmates. Enos Meany, parents Kevin and Yvette Meany. Enos's fifth grade teacher, Mrs. Warner, shares, "When I think of exceptional character, Enos Meany is a student that comes to mind. He walks into school with a smile on his face and a positive attitude. I can count on him to do his work, be honest, and be responsible. If Enos is struggling with learning something in a class, he shows perseverance and self-discipline by asking for help or continuing to practice until he gets it right. I appreciate and value that he models citizenship by being willing to help others with classroom when they don't understand a concept we are learning in class, and that he goes above and beyond to make sure others are included so that no one is left out."
Thank you, Ariana and Ennis. Very good. Next is Elkton Elementary School. Principal Barbara Palmer. First is Riley Breeden, parents Chad and Brandy Breeden. Riley is a model student for the rest of her peers. She is a very caring and selfless young lady who always puts others before herself. Riley is also very driven and will go the extra mile to complete any task she is given. Her positivity is contagious and brings such a light to not only the classroom, but anywhere she is. We are so very proud of her. We also have Zane Breeden, parents Andrew Breeden and Jessica Lamb. Zane is an exemplary student who is a true gentleman towards anyone he meets. He is very compassionate and is such a calming presence in any situation. Zane is very responsible and will work diligently to help everyone reach a common goal. Zane has a kind heart and will do wonderful things in the future. We are so very proud of him.
Congratulations. Next up, Folks Run Elementary School, Principal Alyssa Sims. First is Sarah Mineta. Her parents are Mark and Martha Jean Mineta. Sarah consistently displays a positive attitude and is kind and respectful towards everyone. She works hard on a daily basis and gets along well with others. She's a great citizen at Folks Run Elementary School and is a positive role model for others. She is respectful, kind, and caring to all those she interacts with. Carter Knight, parents Todd and Amanda Knight. Carter is an exceptional young man. Each day, Carter is respectful and kind, caring, responsible. Carter excels academically as well as socially and is a friend to everyone in the classroom. No matter the task at hand, Carter will always give his 110% effort and make sure that it is his best work. He is eager to learn each day, and it is evident that he loves to learn. Carter is also willing each day to not only help his teacher with different tasks and errands, but also help his classmates whenever they're in need.
Next is Keister Elementary School, Principal Mark Miller. First is Amy Martinez Ochoa, parent Myrna Ochoa Constanza. Amy is always willing to give a helping hand to a friend in need. She consistently shows great responsibility and is a wonderful role model for her peers. When faced with challenges, Amy perseveres. We also have Nathaniel Kudvernan, parents Joshua and Elizabeth Kudvernan. Nathaniel is a walking example of integrity. His honesty, his morals, and the continuous kindness he shares with his peers make him an outstanding role model for his classmates. Nathaniel is so deserving of this award.
Congratulations. Next up is Lacey Spring Elementary School with Principal Tammy May. Cynthia Hernandez Perez, parents Vianney and Juan Perez. Cynthia is a lovely young lady who strives to not only follow her teacher's directions, but she also models a positive and caring attitude. The other students in the classroom are recipients of kindness, gentleness, and friendship. As a member of our Lacey family, she always looks for ways to help anyone and everyone, all with a sweet smile on her face. Next is Hunter Kaplinger, parent Devin Kaplinger. Hunter is most deserving of this award because of his mission to be kind, work hard, and act selflessly every day. Hunter is the kind of kid to reach out to a friend in need, never give up no matter how hard something is, and always do the right thing. Hunter, you keep changing the world one kind act at a time. Never stop being you.
Next is Linville Edom Elementary School, Principal Karen Ritter. First is Matea Wenger, parents Carrie and Marlon Wenger. Matea is the embodiment of strong ethics. She strives to do the right thing even when no one is looking. Her work ethic is a paragon of virtue in today's world, as she puts forth her best effort at every task she attempts, whether it be organizing a supply cabinet or writing an essay. She is kind and patient, working with other students to help them understand academic content. We believe Matea provides a positive role model for others to follow, both in the classroom and beyond. And we also have James Fairfield, parents Bethany and Peter Fairfield. James is a kind student whose inquisitive nature always drives him to seek out new knowledge. He applies himself and works hard even when the task seems simple. He puts forth his best effort to make sure his assignments are done right. James is also a very open-minded individual and is accepting of everyone. If someone needs help, he will stop to lend a hand. He is a leader. He is comfortable with who he is, and others often look to him for guidance. He is an all-around good citizen who makes our world a better place.
Next is McGaheysville Elementary School, Principal Leslie Kapchuk. First up is Lillian Boatner, parents Melinda Boatner and Savannah Freites. Lily is a friend to everyone in 5th grade. She is inclusive and respectful to all students. She has her peers' best interests in mind. She does not hesitate to stick up for her peers or for herself. She brings meaningful, heartfelt conversations to our class, which encourage other students to think deeper and reflect on their words and actions. She's a great role model to her peers. She is respectful, empathetic, truthful, and friendly. Lily is always there for her classmates and will always be there for them. She truly is a remarkable young lady. Next is Eli Gomez Ibarra, parents Araceli Ibarra and Uriel Gomez. There's a saying in our classroom, everyone likes Eli. Eli is the type of young man who gets along with everyone and has a sunny disposition. Eli has a habit of always looking on the bright side of things. Even when things are tough, you can count on Eli to find a silver lining in any situation. Eli can also be counted on to make the right choice, even if no one is looking. Eli will do great things in his life, and he will be a blessing to his family, friends, community, and profession. He is a young man to watch.
Next is Mountain View Elementary School, Principal Drew Miller. First, we have Ansley Armstrong, parents Matthew and Heather Armstrong. Ansley always comes to class with a smile on her face, and it spreads throughout the classroom every day. Ansley cares for all of her peers and many of the students throughout the school. She is an outstanding role model and loves to help others with classwork or any other task. She is spreading encouragement through reciting quotes or writing quotes on a sticky note and giving them to students. All of her classmates think that she is respectful and trustworthy, and they know that she will always be there to support them. She is truly a great citizen of our classroom and our school community. She is going to be a world changer as she continues throughout her education, career, and life. And we also have Rafael Trejo Marquez, parents Israel and Araceli Trejo Marquez. Rafael leads with his actions and his words every day in our classroom. He is very empathetic and caring to all his classmates. Rafael can always be trusted to do the right thing and will go above and beyond in his classwork and homework. You can find Rafael checking in with other students and making sure they are doing all right throughout the day. Rafael will always tell you the truth, and you can always depend on him with a certain task. He is truly an example of a recipient of the Code of Ethics.
John C. Myers Elementary School, Principal Rebecca Tennell. Jaden Keegi, parents Brian and Marissa Keegi. I cannot think of a student more deserving than Jaden to receive the Code of Ethics Awards. She is just an all-around fantastic young lady. She is kind, caring, hardworking, driven, and always happy to help. She is my right-hand lady, and I'm convinced she could completely run the classroom in my absence, which may be helpful for some substitute teachers, right? Just recently, she headed up a fundraiser for soccer goals so students could play soccer at recess. I honestly feel that shows exactly the character this young lady displays on a daily basis. I personally can't wait to see what the future holds for Jaden. Next is Jude Crosby, parents Allison Crosby and Thomas and Jesse Lewis Crosby. Jude is an all-around outstanding leader Jake is an all-around outstanding leader of our Jake's family who is a role model to all. He is kind, selfless, dependable, and motivated. Jude is always willing to help others and does a great job including everyone in anything he does, from schoolwork to football. The integrity he displays on a daily basis is something that many only desire to achieve in a lifetime. Every day that Jude comes to school, he works hard, is motivated to succeed, and is kind and considerate towards his peers and teachers. Our school, our community, and our world is a better place because of Jude, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for him.
Next, we have John Wayland Elementary School, Principal Sarah Hamill. First is Lane Swartzendruber, parents Steve and Katie Swartzendruber. Lane is a student who always has a smile on her face, a compliment for a friend or a teacher, and who chooses to do what is right, even when nobody is watching. She was nominated for her sincere kindness and constant concern for others, students, and teachers alike. Lane is a hard worker in the classroom and is always offering a helpful hand to everyone around her. For these reasons and so many, many more, Lane is truly deserving of this award. And we also have Aiden Rice, parents Sheldon and Teresa Rice. Aiden works hard in the classroom and always goes above and beyond what is expected. He is polite and has wonderful manners, always saying please and thank you in every situation. Aiden respects and treats all of his classmates with kindness. He always thinks of others before himself and is quick to lend a hand to any student in need of assistance. Aiden is well deserving of the Rotary Code of Ethics Award.
Audubon Elementary School, Principal Tanya Parker. Kaylee Barr, parents Randy and Rose Barr. Kaylee is a student of immense integrity and morality. She stands out amongst her peers by consistently working hard, respecting others, and making good choices. Next is Trey Daubert, parents Jeremy and Rebecca Daubert. Trey deserves this award because he is a model citizen for our school. He continually shows respect, responsibility, and trustworthiness both in the classroom and throughout the building. I continue to be impressed by Trey's ability to be a leader for his classmates.
Next is Peakview Elementary School, Principal Joseph Kapuchik. First is Bridget Pergeson, parents Alan and Lauren Pergeson. Bridget is a dedicated, attentive, and hardworking student. She puts forth her best effort in everything she does, both in and out of the classroom, helping others to do their best as well. She is often trying to help classmates understand new topics, answering questions others may have, and finding ways to assist in any area she can. It is truly a pleasure and an honor to be her teacher, and I can't wait to see what this amazing young lady will accomplish. We also have Jackson Mills, parents Adrian and Lauren Mills. Jackson is an extremely hard worker. He puts forth his best effort in all his assignments and takes pride in his work. He is one of the kindest students I have taught. He is always thinking of others and is a great help in the classroom. He is an excellent role model for others.
Plains Elementary School, Principal Todd Johnson. Helen Holsinger, parents James and Amanda Holsinger. Helen exemplifies all of the required criteria for this award and is most deserving of this honor for numerous reasons. Helen embodies leadership not only in the classroom but amongst her peers. She maintains a positive attitude and demeanor, and she frequently lifts the spirits of those around her. Helen is selfless and goes out of her way to include others. She is a strong role model for her peers and consistently treats others with respect. Helen is serious about her academic success and is hardworking and conscientious in her schoolwork. For all those reasons and more, Helen deserves to be recognized with this amazing honor. Michael Knight, parents Jerry Knight Jr. and Ashley Rathburn. Michael exemplifies all the criteria for this award and is most deserving of this honor for numerous reasons. He is one of the hardest working students you'll ever meet. He has an extremely positive attitude about school, no matter if something comes easily or not. His respect of everyone around him is apparent in how he speaks and acts towards his peers and teachers. If anyone needs anything, Michael will be the first to offer help. He offers words of encouragement and compliments to his peers and speaks kindly to all of his classmates, not just his closest friends. For all those reasons and more, Michael deserves to be recognized with this amazing honor.
Next, we have Pleasant Valley Elementary School, Principal Pam Dowry. First is Allison Canas, parents Jose Canas and Juana Benavides. Allison is an outstanding student and school citizen. She is well liked by her peers as she demonstrates proper conduct with students and teachers. Allison works really hard each day, resulting in consistently high-quality work. She is a challenge student who participates in math enrichment and novel study opportunities. She is also part of the flag-raising team at Pleasant Valley. Allison is a model student, and any teacher that has her in the classroom will consider themselves lucky. We also have Lucas Hummel, parents Casey and Terry Hummel. Lucas is an excellent student. He comes to school each day ready to learn, demonstrating strong work ethic in every school activity. Lucas is a model school citizen who makes friends easily. He treats classmates and teachers with respect. Lucas enjoys taking on challenging math work and discussing the cause and effect of history during social studies class. Lucas is on the flag-raising team at Pleasant Valley. He is a top-notch student who will go far in school and in life.
Riverbend Elementary School, Principal Sharon Martz. Maddie Short, parents Lindsay and Kelly Short. Maddie always comes into school with a great attitude. When faced with a challenge, she encourages others and offers a helping hand. She tries her best every day. She is a kind and caring person with a heart set to help others. Maddie has been a member of our school's Girls on the Run team for 2 years and has participated in safety patrol in 5th grade. She's proven herself to be a leader and a role model for her younger teammates. We are proud to have Maddie represent our school receiving this award. Peyton Barton, he's not able to make it today. Parents Rhonda Barton and Tom Barton. Peyton has shown himself to be a kind and respectable young man. He strives to set a good example for his peers, and Peyton is always willing to lend a hand to help someone in need. He always includes others and makes sure they feel welcomed. Peyton empathizes with others and understands how others feel in different situations. Peyton is thoughtful, kind, compassionate, and trustworthy. It is a true honor to recommend Peyton for this award.
Next is Smithland Elementary School. First is Jaya Williams, parents Laura Woods and Daniel Williams. Jaya is an exemplary student and a strong role model for students at Smithland Elementary. She shows up to school every day with a positive attitude and excellent work ethic. She always greets her classmates and teachers and is welcoming and kind to others. She has a serene demeanor and remains true to herself regardless of what is going on around her. She is confident and considerate, and her classmates look to her as a leader. She leads by example, and her peers respect and listen to her because they know she is honest and fair. Jaya's teachers trust her and know that they can depend on her. She deserves this recognition in every way, and her integrity and consistency are appreciated by our school community. Next is Asher Kaufman, parents Laura and Aaron Kaufman. Asher is a model student whose intellectual curiosity inspires others to discover and explore new ways of learning. He is committed to his education and consistently seeks out challenges. While he has many qualities that make him a strong leader, he is also a team player. He collaborates with his peers in ways that make them feel included and valued. Asher supports his classmates, and they know they can depend on him when they need a friend. Asher has genuine interest in helping others and is committed to making a positive impact, both inside and outside the classroom. All of his traits make him worthy of this recognition.
Next is South River Elementary School, Principal Amy Painter. First is India Spencer, parents Matthew and Cassie Spencer. India can be trusted to always do the right thing and make choices that have a positive effect on her classroom and school communities. She shows empathy towards her peers and can recognize when others need a helping hand. India has a way of making everyone feel included and valued, which reflects in her strong relationships with everyone she encounters. She is a leader who walks into the classroom each day with a contagious smile and a positive attitude that makes everyone's day brighter. Next is Brooks Baker, parents Thomas and Jessica Baker. Brooks is an exceptionally kind-hearted student who consistently demonstrates admirable citizenship. Brooks begins each and every day with a great attitude and a desire to make a positive impact. He is a wonderful leader in this school, and an encouraging role model to his classmates, and a dependable and trustworthy friend to all. Brooks has a character of true integrity in every aspect and is so deserving of the Ethics Award.
Next is Spotswood Elementary School, Principal Deb Cook. First is Abigail Diaz Guzman, parents Maria Guzman and Jose Diaz Barahona. There is no better model for commitment, social awareness, and responsibility than Abigail. She amazes us every day with demonstrations or superior effort and work ethic. It has been an honor to witness how Abigail has developed her independence, ownership, and voice, becoming a role model in the classroom, school, and community. Abigail's contributions and efforts that she brings to our school community are invaluable because she deeply cares about everyone that makes part of Spotswood Elementary School. We also have Johan Rivera Perla, parents Ada Perla Cruz and Saul Rivera Flores. To think about Johan is to visualize a big heart, a warm smile, and a team player. To know him is to be delighted with his words of encouragement toward others, his empathy, and his humility. He has overcome moving to a new country and learning English with a growth mindset and enormous motivation. He has become a role model and inspiration to everyone who has the pleasure to interact with or get to know his story. Johan has an immense sense of gratitude and loyalty. He is reflective about how people impacted, supported him, and encouraged him to be the best version of himself.
Next is Stone Spring Elementary School, Principal Kathleen Taylor. First is Amana Seth, parents Usman and Sarah Seth. Amana is a wonderful individual. She is a very caring young lady that seeks out the best in others. She does a wonderful job helping the peers and adults in our school. In addition, Amana helps the younger students in PE classes and is the hall monitor during bus dismissal and volunteers in a classroom that has students with special needs. Academically, Amana works very hard and excels in all areas. Next is Israel Samuel, parents John and Baiguana Samuel. Israel Samuel was a standout for this award because of his unfaltering dedication to learning, his classmates, and his school community. His passion is seen throughout all of his work and interactions here at school. Each day, Israel reminds his peers how to be a respectful listener and learner, and he sets an excellent example for others around him. He volunteers his help with extra jobs around the classroom without any hesitation. Israel shines every day he is at school.
And next is Waterman Elementary School, Principal Margot Zahner. First is Mona Swartz, parents Elliot and Katrina Swartz. Mona exemplifies the Rotary values. She is a leader among her peers and such a positive role model, whether helping with school-wide morning announcements or organizing efforts to improve our school. Mona is a quiet change maker. She is always friendly and kind to all students and staff. When she isn't reading a good book, she's applying all the knowledge she has to be successful in her classes. And we also have Christian Ayala Portillo, parents Maria Portillo and Wilfred Ayala. Christian is extremely deserving of this award. He is dependable and responsible. He is committed to learning, works hard each day, and consistently makes the right decision. He is kind and respectful in all situations, and even when things are difficult, he strives to make the best of things. He strives to be a positive model in the classroom each and every day.
Next is Eastern Mennonite Middle School. Principal Maria Archer. Elena Sechrist is not here today with us. Her parents are William and Julianne Sechrist. In her first year at EMMS, Elena has taken on roles of leadership, is a voice for integrity, and has dedicated herself to serving the community. Through her actions, she has earned the respect of her peers. Next is Zach Halterman, parents Stephen and Sarah Halterman. Zach is a thoughtful student who leads by example. His kindness and concern for the greater good is obvious in everything he does. Zach represents the best qualities of an EMMS student. He is polite and helpful and sees what needs to be done and jumps in where needed.
Next, we have Elkton Middle School, Principal Emily Holloway. First is Alexandra Alvarado Perez, parents Jose Rodriguez and Josemarie Perez. Alexa walks through school with a smile. As her teacher, I can always count on her to be ready and willing to learn anything put in front of her. She excels in extracurricular activities, including art and learning color guard at East Rock. Always surrounded with good friends, Alexa makes everyone feel comfortable and appreciated. She stands by her word and jumps into all classes and new material head first. Teachers trust her to make good choices, and she never fails. She is truly a role model for her fellow classmates as well as the next generation of students. And we also have Ethan Cundiff, parents Robert and Melissa Cundiff. Ethan is an ideal candidate for the Rotary Code of Ethics Award. He combines academic excellence with natural curiosity to investigate concepts and ideas with deeper meaning. He is intrinsically motivated and displays both a passion for his education and a determination to succeed in all his endeavors. Ethan is a student that approaches life through a conscientious and caring lens. He seeks out the positive attributes in people and treats them with respect and dignity. Ethan Cundiff has the talent, desire, determination, and character to make a positive and lasting contribution on our community.
Next is Thomas Harrison Middle School. Principal Don Vale. First is Linda Hamilton Valdez, parent Ana Aquino Valdez. Linda is an excellent role model for the Rotary Club Ethics Award. Her teachers note that Linda is fun and kind to others. She has a great attitude and is not afraid to try new things. She's an inspiration to her classmates. Linda is one of the kindest and most thoughtful students I've ever taught. She puts great care into her work and helps peers and adults without even being asked to do so. She's always trying new things and does her best in every aspect. I could set my watch by Linda being where she needs to be and doing her best. Linda is dependable and a friend to everyone. She always makes sure everyone feels included and is the first person to offer help to others. What a wonderful example for all. Next is Jacob Baker with great-grandmother Brenda Ritchie. Jacob is a hard-working student who represents all the elements of the Rotary Club Ethics Award. He is kind, mature, confident, and always willing to help others without being asked both in and out of the classroom. Jacob is an outstanding human that is always looking for ways to help others. I saw him helping a sixth grader on crutches at the parent loop a couple of weeks ago. He's always polite and kind. One day at lunch, Jacob noticed a student sitting alone and went to sit with that student to help him feel included. He also went over to a sixth grade student on crutches struggling to get to the parent at the pickup loop. Must have made an impact because it was there twice. Jacob sets a tremendous example for his peers at all times.
Next is J. Frank Hilliard Middle School, Principal David Baker. First, we have Clara Denman, parents Jason and Dawn Denman. Clara is an incredible teammate, a supportive classmate, and an all-around great student. Clara's kindness pairs well with her determination to help others. She is often seen working collaboratively and sharing a smile with someone. Clara's adherence to the pillars of good character is noted and appreciated by her friends, teachers, and administrators. We also have Zachary Trost, parents Matthew and Crystal Trost. Zachary is a very thoughtful and kind person. His genuine smile is an outward expression of his great character and commitment to being an excellent neighbor. Unrelenting in his determination to be a good citizen, Zachary operates quietly and confidently each and every day, demonstrating the character traits of a positive leader.
Next is Montevideo Middle School, Principal Jackie Baker. First is Kayla Volmarans, parents Johan and Marietta Volmarans. Kyla consistently demonstrates outstanding character. She is attentive to detail in her academic work and strives to go above and beyond to meet and exceed expectations. She is respectful in her address of peers and teachers and shows consideration for the thoughts and ideas of others. She demonstrates consideration and empathy for all in our learning community. Next is Caleb Furr, parents Clifton and Holly Furr. Caleb carries himself with a quiet kindness and respect. He is a friend to everyone he meets and always looks out for his peers. In class, he is a student you can trust implicitly and count on to put in the work. Caleb will go far in life as a student, an athlete, and most importantly, a good citizen.
Next, we have Wilbur Pence Middle School, Principal John Childs. First is Laurel Fitzgerald, parents Alex Fitzgerald and Libby Fitzgerald. Laurel, also known as Lulu, is one of those students that just cares for everyone. She wants to make sure that everyone is included and feels worth. She is dependable and friendly and is a member of many clubs and organizations where she is a leader in each and every setting. Lulu's smile and positivity are contagious. Simply put, our school is a better place because of her. We also have Solomon Shiflett, parent Damon Shiflett. Solomon is a model student. He is humble, kind, conscientious with his work, and friendly to others. He quietly volunteers to help his peers when they are confused with an assignment and to help the teacher without even being asked. He is well respected and liked by all who come to know him.
Next is Skyline Middle School, Principal Daniel Kirwan. First is Tamara Al-Bayati, parents Zainab Al-Jabi and Moyad Al-Bayati. Tamara has one of the most curious minds I've ever taught. She's hardworking, honest, and reliable. She's kind to her peers and teachers. When seeking a student to serve on a committee of adults, she is the first choice due to her maturity and assertiveness. She is persistent in her efforts to make our community a place of inclusivity and care. Khaled Stephen Shank Tejedor, parents Elena Tejedor Hernandez and David Shank. Caleb demonstrates leadership, integrity, and concern for others throughout the school day. His kindness and welcome were exemplified in his support of a substitute teacher and other adults in the school. His enthusiasm, energy, and flexibility in the face of challenges has helped his peers excel throughout a difficult time. He has supported our counselors and leadership group in developing social and emotional programming to support our students. He quietly helps his peers recenter on goals in class and extracurricular activities.
Next is, Blue Ridge Christian School, Principal Mary Beth Anderson. First is Susan McKenna Sechrist, parents David and Susan Sechrist. McKenna leads by example in welcoming new students to our school and seeking to encourage underclassmen by joining younger students at their lunch tables. She demonstrates a positive attitude, integrity, and humility in every situation. McKenna is a well-loved tutor who volunteers her time to tutor elementary school students. Her genuine care for others has positively impacted the culture of the school, encouraging all students to show kindness and compassion for one another. We also have David Hastings Shomo, parents Jonathan and Karen Shomo. David is recognized as a student who consistently demonstrates humility and integrity. He readily shows respect to everyone. David quietly looks to serve others and stands ready to help family, friends, and faculty.
Broadway High School, Principal Donna Abernathy. First is Emma Chupp, parents Benjamin and Allison Chupp. Emma is a kind and generous human being. Emma works hard to achieve her goals and does not shy away from a challenge. Emma uses her talent for communication to participate in the Virginia Model General Assembly, where for the past 2 years, she took on an added challenge of serving as a lobbyist. Emma made such an impression that she received a highly coveted personal invitation to attend the national conference over the summer. She also serves as an important member of the Sources of Strength, a club at BHS devoted to suicide prevention by creating a positive school environment. In every interaction she engages in throughout the day, Emma displays amazing kindness, honesty, and respect. Tacoma T.J. Williams, parents Tammy and Kyle Ritchie. T.J. is admired by students and faculty alike for his kind heart, his respectful nature, and his creative and inquisitive mind. He is invested in creating a better world and always begins by considering what he can do to make a difference. He is empathetic and advocates for others who need a champion, whether it be in the classroom, the school community, or the world at large. As an active member of the Sources of Strength, TJ and his fellow club members work to raise awareness about the importance of mental health and seek to find ways to build community within the diverse groups at BHS. His ability to transcend the traditional high school molds and cliques serves him well in this endeavor and truly makes him a friend to all. His maturity and wisdom are well beyond his years. TJ serves as a role model and leader with a strong character for other students to aspire to at BHS.
Next, we have East Rockingham High School, Principal Mark Swigert. Is it Karina or Corinna? Karina Peachy. Parents Andrew and Jania Peachy. Karina is a student role model for each and every one of the criteria of the Code of Ethics. The list of Karina's service and others is an extensive A-list, as I've seen in nearly 20 years as a school counselor. And after spending a good bit of time with her this year, I can say without hesitation that she embodies truthfulness, integrity, and dependability, as well as any student I've encountered in my career. Karina is the real deal as a person, and I'm so glad that she was able to be recognized for this distinct community honor. We also have Juan Resendez Perez, parents Elvia Perez Camacho and Juan Resendez Lopez. Juan is an exemplary person for the Code of Ethics. He has given freely of himself in service to our school and community. Beyond his service to others, Juan is one of the most genuinely positive students I have met in my career as a school counselor. His smile brightens the mood of any room he enters, and his old school approach to manners and treating people with respect is equally refreshing. If integrity, depth of character, and dependability matter, Juan is a student who models each exceptionally well.
Next is Eastern Mennonite High School, Principal Justin King. Malia Bowman, parents Kendall and Jennifer Bowman. Malia is a friendly, non-judgmental presence in her class. She is disciplined and has a strong work ethic, which she shows in the classroom as well as on the court and field. She is fair and encouraging to her classmates and teammates. Next is Isaiah Riddle, parents Christopher and Melody Riddle. Isaiah is willing to engage on others on hard topics. His diligence in class exemplifies his strong work ethic. His relationships with others in and outside the classroom demonstrate how much he values others.
Next is Harrisonburg High School, Principal Melissa Hensley. First is Laura Gonzalez Dutour. Parents Africa Dutour Noguera and Cesar Gonzalez Velasco. Laura is a student who creates opportunities for her community to have a voice while challenging them to think more deeply. She rises to the occasion in a wide variety of situations to serve, lead, or ask questions while thinking of others before herself. She is an honest team player who listens to others, shares ideas, and encourages classmates to be their best. Laura is quiet-natured, friendly, and supportive, and a true HHS blue streak. We also have Molly Muma, parents Meredith and Scott Muma. Molly is an outstanding HHS blue streak who will do anything to help others and steps up when needed to through good and bad times. She shows concern for others even if she is not friends with that person. She doesn't do things halfway, as she is the first one to help set up and the last one taking things down. She aspires to use her skills and passions to pursue a future career as a special education teacher.
Next is Spotswood High School, Principal Rad Danzy. Madison Lee Knight, parents John and Tina Knight. Madison is a wonderful student whose maturity and kindness always shine through no matter the situation. As a peer mentor and Teachers for Tomorrow, she doesn't shy away from the responsibility of taking care of students that she works with daily. Next is Elizar Espinoza Liel, parents Maria Liel Espinoza and Isaias Espinoza Hernandez. Elizar is an incredibly kind and caring individual. The first impression he gives is always one of positivity and is usually accompanied by an effortless smile. Elizar is an important participant in the classroom, a dedicated team member, and a welcoming citizen of Spotswood High School. He has represented us well during his high school career, and we are grateful.
Next is Turner Ashby High School, Principal Phil Judd. First is Lauren Wilburn, parents Michael and Carrie Wilburn. Throughout her 4 years at Turner Ashby, Lauren has been a leader, role model, and friend to everyone. She's an excellent student and strives to be the best that she can in all of her endeavors. She has a servant's heart, which can be seen each day in our school as she interacts with everyone she meets. The teachers at TA who have been fortunate enough to have her in class say that she is second to none, and that students of her caliber do not come along often. There is no doubt that Lauren will be very successful along her chosen path in life. We also have Daniel Malabad, parents Paul and Melissa Malabad. Daniel has been described by his teachers as TA's best and brightest. His drive and work ethic are unmatched, as well as his ability to lead our school by example. He embodies everything that his school strives to instill in its students and has done this by setting the bar high for himself and others. Turner Ashby is proud to be represented by Daniel.
Next is Rockingham Academy, and their winner is not here today. Principal is Dawn Woodrum. The winner is Juan Diego Hernandez Lopez. Parents, Miguelina Lopez Martinez and Octavio Hernandez Paz. Diego is a kind, respectful, and responsible young man who is driven to graduate and aspires to attend college.
And finally, we have Massanutten Technical Center, Director Kevin Hutton. First is Brianna Morgan, parents Jerry and Robin Dean. Brianna Morgan is a second-year student in the Criminal Justice Program at MTC. Brianna has modeled exemplary behavior during her time at MTC and has become someone her classmates can look up to as an example. She goes out of her way to help her classmates during practical application. She maintains a level of respect for instructors, administrators, and fellow students. She has a reputation for doing the right thing, even if it's not the easy option. If a problem comes to her attention, she's quick to begin working on possible solutions that will benefit her entire class. She is quick to encourage her peers and will stand up for those who are being treated poorly or unfairly. We also have Isaac Kelly, parents Nathaniel and Nicole Kelly. Isaac is a second-year student in our collision repair program. Isaac can do anything. He's the total package. He's top-notch in every skill set, asks questions when he's unsure, but succeeds in whatever he tries. He placed first at the Virginia State Fair in custom painting and first in districts in dent repair. In his free time, he buys and sells vehicles, which speaks to his work ethic and entrepreneurial spirit. He's a salesman at heart and will make friends with whomever he meets. When he graduates, he plans to get his dealer's license and will succeed in whatever he puts his mind to. Thank you, Isaac, for being an outstanding student and representative of Massanutten Technical Center.
Let's give these students a warm round of applause. Thank you. That was always inspiring, hearing all the stories for each of you today. Congratulations, and continue to make these ethical decisions. And I think that will help you as you go through life. And as they talked about earlier, we heard Marshall speak about looking for the commonalities. Look for commonalities in people you disagree with, because they will be there. And go back to the ethics and doing the right things. You know, go back to what Travis said earlier as well. You know, he had 4 points. One was family. Don't forget that your family that's here with you today helped to get you here and get you these awards. So make sure that you give them a lot of love for that. And don't forget about your friends. So Travis, from Laura and I both, thank you. Thank you for being a friend, most importantly, and also thank you for being here today and sharing with these amazing students. He talked about community and importance of community. And while we're here together in person, there's still some COVID going on, and I want to thank my Rotary community family who's in the room, who came from other clubs to make sure that this event came off today. Because without you, these students wouldn't have had the experience. So thank you all for showing up. It means a lot. And 4 is the people you never meet and the impact that you'll have. Each of you had a story today that touched me and likely touched someone in this room. So never underestimate the impact that you're having on the world. So continue to make those ethical decisions. You'll make mistakes along the way. Trust me, I've made plenty, but always go back to make your next decision the ethical decision. Congratulations, and before you leave, there are envelopes on the table. There are envelopes for students, I believe, right?
Yes.
Students and principal. There are also tickets on the table for Strawberry Festival. There should be 4 on each table. That would be 2 per student. Strawberry Festival is one of our signature events for Rotary in our community, and that is on Saturday, May the 21st. That is another little gift that you guys hopefully will see you there in a couple of weeks. Last but not least, students don't leave Tommy really wants to take your picture, and we want to have your picture. So thank you all, parents, thank you, everyone that attended today, and really appreciate it. Congratulations, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Please come to the front for the picture.